So coming in here, the 16-15 record, the Sixers. After winning last night in Sacramento, it's time for the McDonald's I'm loving it starting lineups. A very solid 5, but it's minus Chris Webber as he's a scratch. And the rookie free agent, Shavlik Randolph out of Duke, will start in his place. Dalembert, a big shot blocker. Iguodala, second-year man from Arizona. And, of course, AI, the answer. And the coach is Maurice Cheeks in his first year. 3 years the head coach at Portland. Suns in first place in the Pacific Division, 19-11. They've lost, however, 2 of their last 3 at home. Mike D'Antoni wants to stockpile wins as the team awaits the return of Amari and Barbosa. He won his 100th game with the Suns December 28th. And it's the Kia keys to the game. Kia Motors, the power to surprise. And here's Eddie Johnson.
Well, you know, when you talk about the Philadelphia 76ers, you talk about Allen Iverson. And when I mean attack, I mean the Suns have to make him play defense, Gary. You can't allow Allen Iverson to go through a game and not be forced to play on the other end. He only averages about 1 foul a game. They have to go at him, put him in 2-man games, make him work. Get to the free throw line. The Suns showed in the New York game where they didn't get to the line. The Knicks got there 54 times, and the Suns still had a chance to win. If the Suns can get to the line at least 20 to 25 times, they have a chance to win every night. Transition D. This team has gotten a lot faster now with Chris Webber out of the lineup. Expect Samuel Dalembert to really run the court and reap the benefits of Allen Iverson's penetration.
Kenny Maurer put the ball up. He's assisted by Benny Adams and Tommy Nunez Jr. As coming up with the ball now, the Suns. Boris Diaw had that 31-point game at Minnesota. Kurt Thomas clears. First shot is not there. And ripped down by Dalembert, who signed a big contract this year. He's a shot blocker and a rebounder out of Seton Hall.
He's all arm and legs. And if you attack him, especially when he's on the weak side, he can get to a lot of your shot attempts.
Here's Dalembert, turnaround jumper, not there. Rebound is cleared by Kurt Thomas. Suns on the move. Roger Bell averaging a career high in points. Hits the 3. And Bell proud to own the 3-point zone, and Fulton Holmes donates another $150 to Phoenix Suns charity. Here's Kyle Korver backing in now on Roger Bell. Korver, who is 3rd in the NBA in 3-point shots hit, moves in and hits a 2. And it's a 3-2 game.
That's a part of his game he has looked to change somewhat, although he's still taking 303 shots and 158 behind the arc.
Here's Marion from way outside. He was 5 of 10 behind the line the other night in New York. And Roger Bell comes from behind, bats it off of Dalembert, and the Suns will get it.
Yeah, but the difference in Korver and Sean is Korver lives behind the line, as we see Roger Bell right there getting a hand on the ball and Dalembert knocking it out. Sean doesn't, and the rhythm of Sean has to be inside first to move outside.
I think that's a very good point. Boris Diaw goes in, Dalembert blocks it. He's 3rd in the league. That's his 58th block of the year. As you mentioned, Eddie, he is all arms and legs. Iverson from outside leading the league in scoring at 33.7. Ahead it comes to Bell. Bell's going to pull up for a 2. And the rebound is cleared by Dalembert.
The Suns took, 44 threes in the New York game?
Yep. Unfortunately, they didn't hit that many. That was also an issue, as they had 44 attempts and hit only 13. Then it comes to Dalembert backing in on Kurt Thomas. Thomas with a tough defensive assignment. Bats it away. Dalembert retrieves. 5 on the shot clock. They're going to have to hurry. Iverson with 2. Foul away. And he had to rush it, but the inbound rebound inside by Iguodala. And it's 4-3 Philadelphia.
You know, the problem the Suns will have is they know when Allen Iverson is going to shoot the ball. Even though you would think he shoots it all the time, that means they can get to the glass and Steve Nash knocks that down. But you really have to block this team off.
Steve Nash coming off a remarkable road trip, averaging almost 22 points a game and 14.6 assists. I mean, those are remarkable figures in that 5-game road trip. Inside now is Randolph, a free agent out of Duke, a guy who was a high school player of the year in North Carolina before he went to Duke. Out it comes into the corner now to Kurt Thomas, and Thomas able to bury the shot, and the Suns up 7-4.
You know, that's one time I didn't mind Boris Diaw kicking it back out. He was underneath the rim. He had 3 black shirts around him. The good rotation of the ball got Thomas a jump shot.
Inside, Roger Bell got knocked down.
Well, I think it was a lot of acting there. He's like somebody shot him out of a cannon.
Iguodala misses the shot, and off it comes down. I tell you, Roger Bell can get in your head, can't he?
Yeah,
Here's a 3 by Roger. And trying to follow Tippett with a rebound is Boris Diaw. Diaw brings it to Thomas, swings it around, Marion another three, and again, he's not able to find the mark. They bring it out to Nash. Nash, as we mentioned, validating his MVP award, just hit a three. And Nash, proud to own the three-point zone, and Fulton Holmes donates another $150 to Suns Charities. Biggest lead of the game, up by 6. Allen Iverson, a guy who leads the league in free throw attempts and free throws made. Inside to Dalembert. Nice reverse that time.
Yeah, and you know, again, you don't want him to get off early because Webb is counted on for a lot of things. Not only scoring, Gary, but his rebounding and then his focus away from Allen Iverson. And you don't want another player from the 76ers to take the attention away from Iverson. That means he can really start to flow.
They have to replace 20 points and 10 rebounds by Webber being out there. Webber had a double-double to win in Sacramento. Iverson hits it. He thought he was fouled on the play.
Well, you know, he thinks he's fouled every play, but the great thing about him is he doesn't lose concentration.
Boy, he doesn't. Here's Marion floating. A little too strong on the shot. Iverson hit it back the other way. Going for his 5th scoring title. He goes inside, and he just has a killer crossover move.
Well, he does, and that's why I say one of the keys is to attack him. He's not going to guard Steve Nash. They're going to try to hide him at times, and they have to take advantage of Iverson, whoever he's on, and Steve has to be very aggressive offensively.
And Nash has hit all 3 of his shots, and the Suns up 12-10. That broke a 6-0 run by the Sixers. Here's Bell the other way. Korver's back. Bell challenges him. Didn't get it to go, and he thought he was fouled on the play.
Yeah, what Raj is doing lately, though, is a lot of arguing. And officials sometimes, they're going to change the focus on him as Iguodala knocks it down in terms of the way he plays defense. He has to be very careful.
That former Arizona Wildcat, Iguodala, his shooting is really up from a year ago. Shooting 38% from three-point land. He hit one there. The guys from Philly with a 1-point lead. Kurt Thomas now has hit 2 in a row.
Yeah, and he really got the stroke going in that New York game. Unfortunately for Kurt, he got in foul trouble and really couldn't get the rhythm that he wanted.
You look at that road trip, Eddie. He averaged only 25 minutes a game because he was in foul trouble so much.
Well, you know, he must have shook hands with Mark West a few weeks ago. Mark gave him the foul disease.
I'm sure Mark will love to have that revived. Here's Iguodala missing, and that ball will be deflected out. Suns ball. 6:38 to go in the first quarter.
And in defense of Kurt, it's because the Suns are so spread out at times, he has to challenge guys off the dribble, and it gets him in trouble sometimes.
Here's Thomas, 3 in a row, no. And Korver comes down with a Kyle Korver, who was a 2nd-round pick out of Creighton. Last year, he tied Quentin Richardson for threes made in the league. Iguodala, a guy who was a 1st-round pick a year ago, coming out after his sophomore year at the U of A. Iverson going inside, and he just kept going, and that's going to be a foul, and he'll go to the line, a chance at a 3-point play.
You know, a lot of young kids always come up to me and they say, well, you know, I wish I was tall. Why? Just wish you were Allen Iverson. And have the heart that he had. Forget about your height. I mean, the tools that you got, you have to deal with. And this was what this guy did, Gary. He's dealt with his tools, and he's the most dominant scorer in the league right now.
He's an amazing guy. Weighs maybe 165 pounds. They list him at 6 feet, and he makes it a 16-14 lead, and Iverson already with 7 points. And it comes now to Nash. Beautiful feet from Boris Diaw.
That's what I'm saying. Involve him defensively. He's going to try to get his rest on that end. And if you can make him work on that end, that's going to help the Suns in the 4th quarter.
Iverson this year had a 53-point game. Last year, he had a career-high 60 points. He's capable of that, but Nash with a steal. He'll go unimpeded to the basket.
Yeah,
Suns up by 2.
He wants to show us the left hand. I mean, for me, if I got to break away, I'm going all right, baby. I ain't chancing missing that layup. That's an easy 2 points.
How about Nash? He hasn't missed anything, Eddie. He's 5 of 5 now for 11 points in the game. And there's a steal. Suns doing a good job defensively. Bell will back it out. 102 scoring teams in the league, and Diaw traveled to the ball. So we're going to take a breather here with 5:18 to go in a fast-paced first quarter. 18-16. Nash is off to a great start.
Well, and defensively, the Suns have been on cue, and that's why they're in rhythm, and they lead by 2, 18-16.
Suns up 18-16. Nash has 11 of the 18 points. It's time for a Geico quote of the game. Geico Auto Insurance. 15 minutes can save you 15% on car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. The quote is from Steve Nash, talking about Monday's triple overtime loss against the Knicks from the Arizona Republic. He said, "We should be proud of ourselves. To hang in there under the circumstances with a short bench shows a terrific effort on our part." I mean, Eddie, they had it, and they kept fighting. They just finally ran out of gas.
You know, and I think the effort started way before those overtimes when they were down 13. And it was the last game of the trip. They knew they would be getting home on a plane to come home. They did not give up. And even when they got in foul trouble, they did not give up. That's the sign of a team that won 62 last year. It's easy. It's ingrained in them. It wasn't hard. It's just something that they do.
Randolph with the ball, the rookie free agent, up and under move, not able to get it to go. Dalembert tracks it down. They have a fresh 24 back into, and Randolph slams it home. His grandfather, Ronnie Shaplink, was an All-American at North Carolina State. He ends up going to Duke and played on 2 ACC championship teams. James Jones is coming to the ball game. His shooting has been down a little bit since that ankle injury.
Yeah, I told him before the game, I'm like, what are you worried about? I mean, you know, you're a shooter.
That comes from a shooter. I think
keep
that's
letting it go.
Nash with 1 second on the shot clock, running left-hander.
Well, Dalembert didn't do a lot of calisthenics before the game. He needed to stretch out his arms a little bit more.
Dalembert at 6'11". He didn't start playing basketball until he was 16 years old. He is a Haitian by birth. He speaks French, but they really like him. They signed him to a new 6-year contract. Here's Randolph going inside, had it batted away. Korver with 4 on the shot clock, and he just buried a 2. Kyle Korver, a deluxe three-point shooter, has tied it at 20.
Ashton Kutcher.
Yep.
Kutcher. What's his name?
Kutcher, I think. I don't know. You know more about that than I do, but I've seen him act anyway. I know what he looks like, and he does look like Korver.
Yeah, he does.
Back it comes down to Iverson. The Suns shooting 47%, 53% for Philadelphia. Iverson had batted away. Kurt Thomas had a hand on it. Nash couldn't retrieve. Iguodala is going to be fouled inside. Good hustle that time. Nope, they're going to give the ball to the Suns. Let's look at Nash, who's really gotten off to a great start. 13 points already.
Yeah, he really has. I mean, he's gotten into the flow. I think he's come to this game understanding he's going to have to be very aggressive to make Allen Iverson work on the other end, and he's done that. And I think that's going to put pressure on Iverson as this game goes along.
Iguodala had stepped out of bounds trying to save that ball on the baseline. Sean Marion, and Marion not able to go. And Marion has now missed his first 4 shots of the night.
But faded away on that one. And when you're hot, you can do that. When your rhythm isn't there early on, you have to stay with it.
Iverson's not shooting all that well in the early going. He is 3 of 7, but he'll attempt a lot of them.
He won't stop.
Last year, he averaged almost 24 shots a game. Here's Bell, dumps it inside. Beautiful pass to Kurt Thomas, and he's fouled. What a heads-up play by Roger Bell.
And a good ad-lib by Kurt Thomas, because if he had gone up on the strong side of the rim, that ball would have been in the second row.
Timeout, 2:59 left to go in the first quarter. We're tied at 20. Philadelphia coming in here at 16 and 15. The Suns trying to win their 20th game of the season. We're tied at 20. This date in the NBA presented by Paddock Pools, Patios, and Spas. Since 1958, we've been all your backyard needs. January 4th, 2001, Michael Jordan of the Wizards hitting the second of 2 free throws in the second quarter of an 89-83 victory against Chicago. Became the 4th player in NBA history to score 30,000 career points. Who is the all-time leading scorer? I'm glad you asked. We're going to show you. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Then comes the mailman, and Jordan, Chamberlain, and Moses Malone.
And Kareem, all due respect, only by default is he still the all-time leading scorer, because I truly believe that Karl Malone, who still had the physical capabilities to play 2-3 more years, could have caught him. But out of respect of his career, not wanting to stay around to get it, Karl Malone did not. But, you know, Allen Iverson is the guy that we talk about. Does he have a chance? Well, at about 17,000 right now. He has an opportunity, but it's a long way to go.
Yeah, and he's 30 years old, Eddie, in his 10th year in the league. Tonight's game is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, official airline of the NBA. Southwest Airlines, a symbol of freedom.
Yeah, maybe to crack the list, maybe. But no, I don't think anybody's going to catch Jabbar. I thought Karl Malone had the best chance.
Yep.
You know, LeBron James, you can argue at the rate that he's scoring now, maybe him. I just don't know.
You wonder what Jordan would have ended up with if he hadn't decided to go the baseball route for a while. And there's Iverson. Don't let this guy get started. I mean, he can miss 5 or 6 shots in a row and hit 5, 6 in a row.
Well, he's streaky because he has the ultra green light.
We're tied at 22. Eddie House has come to the ball game. Dumps it to James Jones. He needs this to go. It doesn't. Dalembert pulls it down.
Shouldn't frown about it because it was in and out. It was a great form on the shot. He stayed with it, and if he keeps shooting it that way, he will make enough.
Shooting 37% in the last 7 games. It's been tough for him after that ankle sprain. Here's Korver backing down. 10 on the shot clock. Into Dalembert. No chance to stop that play. And the foul from behind. Dalembert had inside position, and School was out on that play.
Well, my question is, I don't care if Kyle Korver is posting up mini-me. I wouldn't double on him. I mean, I haven't seen this guy in a post-up yet this year. I don't know if he even knows what a post-up is. And the Suns committed to a double team, and it made it easy for him to find Dalembert.
Dalembert is not a good free throw shooter, shooting 65%. He misses there. Both these teams are good as far as team-wise. Suns are second at the start of the night. Philadelphia is 9th in the NBA in free throw percentage. 24-22. Philadelphia. Nash trying to give the Suns a lead with a 3. Iguodala comes down with it. Boy, this guy is an impressive athlete. He's going to be a very good player. It's the first miss, by the way, for Nash. He had hit his first 6 shots of the game. And here is Iverson. And as we mentioned, he's starting to heat up.
Well, you know, he threw the focus on trying to get it in the Korver all along, knowing he was going to try to sneak and go off the dribble, and did it.
Here's Nash using a screen from Kurt Thomas. Just continues inside. Seems to me this year, Eddie, Nash has gotten a lot more shots like that. People have allowed him to take it to the hole with a left or a right hand.
Well, because they're so afraid that he's going to make the pass for an easy attempt, and he is so selective in getting it done.
Korver turnaround 2. Sixers up by 4. Quick shot by Eddie House. Iguodala brings it down.
Well, if Eddie House wants to stay in the game, he's got to find a way to defend Korver. I mean, if they're going to keep going down at him, their whole thing is to try to get Eddie House out of the basketball game.
Korver at 6'7", tried to pass this time, intercepted by Marion. Marion on the move. He came in 9th in the league in steals, and as he goes up, he's going to be fouled. Shawn Marion coming off of an unbelievable road trip, averaging 28 points and almost 13 rebounds.
Well, you know, the effectiveness of Shawn is, again, without the basketball, which makes him impossible to guard, because once he catches it, he's in his range to do damage, and that's the beauty of his basketball game. And I know over the years he has complained at times about not having plays ran to him, but I think he's starting to understand that you can still score huge numbers and not have the focus of the defense guided towards you, and he has done a fabulous job this year.
And here's the ex-Suns, Stephen Hunter, coming into the ball game. He's been slowed this year with a leg injury. Also, Kevin Ollie has checked in. Stephen Hunter going over as a free agent to Philadelphia. 28-25.
And sometimes, you know, if you're Stephen Hunter, you know, although he got a good contract, and you never tell a guy to take less money to stay somewhere, but I think he would love to have the contract and then the role that he had last year. He doesn't have that role right now.
Here's Iverson missing the shot. Nash comes out with it. Stephen Hunter was really growing as a player here. I thought Mike D'Antoni handled him very well, because from time to time Hunter will lose his focus, and sometimes that concentration is not there, and the Suns really were doing a good job of working on that. Out it comes now to Jones. Jones pulling up and hitting a 2. That may get James Jones going.
Came off on rhythm. I mean, when you come off on rhythm and you catch it, you go up, you don't think too much about it.
28-27 Sixers, last 17 seconds of the first quarter of play. Iverson, thus far, the 11 points of the game. Nash with 15, leading their respective teams. Got to make a move now. About 2 seconds difference between the game and the shot clock. Intercepted by Marion. Marion on the move. He's got time, and he thrusts it home. Beautifully done. 0.8 of a second, and what a way to end the quarter.
Well, the right player got the steal. Shawn Marion with the ball running is one of the fastest players that's probably ever played in the league. And so if you want anyone on the Suns team to get a steal, you'll say Steve Nash, and then secondly, you'll probably say Shawn Marion with Leandro out, and Shawn really knows how to finish.
Suns with 8 fast break points in that first quarter. Now you have 47 million reasons to play Powerball. Tonight's Powerball jackpot, an estimated $47 million. Check for the winning numbers at ArizonaLottery.com. Time now for the Powerball Power Play, and it's Marion's last second shot of the quarter.
Well, speed will burn when it's Sean Marion, and the pickoff and the finish, and still had about 0.8 left.
Yes, he did. Speed will kill, I know that. Here's Salmons going inside. John Salmons, who played collegiately at Miami of Florida with James Jones, goes inside, and the foul is going to go on Marion, and it'll send Salmons to the line.
And Salmons is a guy that, other than Iverson and Weber, they will allow him to create. I mean, they will give him the ball around the angles, around the free throw line, and let him do damage. He has shown the ability to really get his shot off and be effective.
Well, he's up scoring-wise. He's averaging 7.5 points a game after averaging just over 4. Fourth-year man. He's a Philadelphia native, and started to get more and more minutes, as Eddie was mentioning. 30-29 now. Sixers by 1. They have hit 3 of 4 free throws. Suns likewise 3 of 4. Jones brings it out to Marion. They extend the defense into Boris Diaw. Stephen Hunter on him. Diaw to Jones. Jones not able to get the shot to go. Salmons brings the ball down, and they'll come back the other way. Tell you, Nash having a brilliant first quarter. 15 points, 7 of 8 shots from outside. Missing there. Look at the rest of the team. 14 points. Steve off to a great start as the Suns open this very critical 3-game homestand. And it comes to Diaw. Nice spin move. Left it short. That was a great play. Just couldn't finish.
Well, that's why you dunk. You know, when you're that size, that's why you just go up and finish strong, especially against a guy like Hunter, who will block your shot if you try to finesse it over the top. Iverson's
already taken 10 shots in the game. Out it comes to Salmons, and Salmons not able to get it to go. And a nice rebound by Hunter, and they'll reload. Off it comes to AI, the answer, and he's off to a slow start, but you know that will change as the game wears on. 30-29, Philadelphia. House with his quick shot, not able to go.
You know, with Weber out of the game, the one thing that they miss as well, other than his scoring and rebounding, Gary, is his ability to pass. And although Weber's assists is not sky high as they were in Sacramento, he's so effective at running their offense.
Here's Hunter backing Diaw down. And the interesting stat about Philadelphia, Eddie, they are 13-0 this year when they out-rebound their opponents. So they'll have a tough time without Weber.
Yeah, but they're still long. And I think with Iguodala, how do you pronounce his name again?
Which one? Iguodala?
Iguodala?
Andre, just call him Andre.
I'm going to call him Andre. Andre, you're Andre from now on. But with Andre, Hunter, Dalembert, those guys can still do damage on the glass without Weber, and they get quick rebounds.
Give the assist to Jackson on the play by Marion. Here's Korver from outside. Korver's a guy who was the all-time leading three-point shooter in the Missouri Valley Conference when he played for the Creighton Blue Jays. From outside is House, and now House, after missing a couple, able to hit that one.
On Korver, I mean, James Jones has to make him put it on the floor. I mean, James should know better. I mean, Korver, I haven't seen him drive the basketball yet. Unless he put it in his car and drove it.
Volley off to AI. Korver tries to follow tip with the left hand. Hits the deck as he goes back up the floor. House into the corner now to Jim Jackson. No look pass. Marion tracks it down. They have 15 on the shot clock. House surveys the scene, gets it off to Diaw. Diaw back to House. Nice two-man game that time.
Quick move by Eddie House, moving without the basketball. I'll tell you, that sets your game up so well when you're able to move and have a good synergy with a good passer as Boris Diaw.
I tell you, Eddie House has been sensational this year, averaging over 15 points a game in the last 9 games. And, of course, we have documented he's a fourth quarter guy. Iverson trying to go inside. Iverson thought he was fouled again. Diaw coming back the other way. Jim Jackson thought about it. Jackson had 9 points the other night, the most points he'd had in a long time. He misses from outside.
Well, you know, and I think, you know, Jim, it would have been a tough shot the first time, and I thought that was even tougher. And one of the things I think Jim has to do is to try to make sure his first 2 shots are very high percentage, because his minutes are limited by how well he's doing offensively, and it's a tough spot to be in.
Salmons from outside, not able to get to go. Marion can't control the rebound. Hunter off it comes to Salmons again. 8:15 to go here in the first half. Suns up 35-32. They swept the Sixers last year, trying to do it again this year. As Salmons dumps it outside to AI. Iverson goes in, and he just can't get a shot to go. Battle for the rebound. Jones got physical there. Up it comes to House. This is a three. Yes! Eddie House proud on the three-point zone, and Fulton Holmes donates another $150 to Suns charities, and the Suns have matched their biggest lead of the game.
Yeah, well, with Eddie House, I mean, the Energizer Rabbit. You know he's going to hit you. He can miss his first two, Gary, but it doesn't matter because if he gets opportunities, he's going to put it up. The quickest release right now on the floor, and he's jamming right now in his house.
So it's 38-32, Suns over the Sixers. This week, Southwest Airlines featured destination is Portland, Oregon. Go to southwest.com for air, car, and hotel deals in Portland. Specials available through Thursday. Eddie House is on fire when he scores 8+ points. The Suns are 6-1, and already Eddie's off to a great start.
Well, you know, we've been saying that, you know, on a normal basis lately. I think we have learned to live with the fact that Eddie House is going to come in and give this team a boost. The ultimate sixth man, that's what you want from your guy coming off of the bench to change the flow of the basketball game. And, you know, you'd have to think right now that he is definitely in the running for sixth man of the year. If you had to pick somebody at the halfway mark, he is definitely in the top three.
I agree with that, and you can see in this quarter the Sixers are really struggling. Look at this, 1 of 11. Suns shooting 50%. There have been 12 league changes in this game. Right now, the Suns enjoying their biggest lead of the game, up by 6. As we come back into the action, Roger Bell is checked back in for Phoenix. Salmon's outside, brings it over now to Kevin Ollie. Ollie, who's played with 10 different NBA teams. This is his third stint with Philadelphia, believe it or not. Salmon's outside. Iguodala sets the screen, and they're going to have the foul. And the foul is going to go on Boris Diaw, reaching in. And here comes Dalembert back in the lineup now for Philadelphia.
Well, this is the challenge now for Philadelphia. You know, normally Chris Webber might stay in when Allen Iverson goes out. Both of those guys average over 40 minutes. Now, who will step up? I mean, even Korver is on the bench.
So they missed the 5-time All-Star. He checked out early from this game with a back strain, not able to go after having a double-double last night. And there's Lee Nalen, a guy who last year played with the Hornets, missing the left-handed shot.
Maybe he saw Amari warming up and said, I'm not playing.
Here's House bringing it up to Diaw. I'm sure Amari's made some people change their plans.
Probably.
Here's Jim Jackson coming around the screen, throw it away. Nalen comes up with it quickly, ahead to Ollie. Ollie able to finish. He'll go to the line.
Nice move. I mean, that was a pretty move there. I mean, he really spaced himself out and gave himself an opportunity, Gary, to really get effective here. I mean, was very selective, didn't go for Raja Bell's defensive fake, and got the easy hoop.
I never understood why this guy bounces around so much. He's a journeyman. I mentioned 10 different teams. He's a tough guy. He's a gutsy player, but seems to always be looking for a new team to play for.
Yeah, but, you know, and, well, what he needs to do is look at the other side of it. At least someone wants him.
That's right. Iguodala hits back the other way. Beats Dalembert. That's a Sean Marion type play.
That looked like Tom Leander about a month ago on a little bitty rim. About 4-foot rim. I threw it to him and he alley-ooped in.
Is that right? He's that good, huh? I didn't know that. Up it comes now to House. 6.5 minutes to go in this first half. House not able to get it to go. Dalembert brings it down. Dalembert is a guy who first 2 years played so little. He had all kinds of injury problems. Came back last year to get this new contract. He's got some ability.
He came in as a young player. I mean, a lot of times your body's not fully developed for the NBA game, and he got beat up quite a bit.
Yes, he did. In those first 2 years, he only played 177 minutes, and now he comes down to the rebound. He's going to try one, and that was not a good-looking shot. That may be beyond his range.
It wasn't ugly. You got to put a word on ugly. We'll put two letters on.
That was dirt ugly.
It was smuggling.
38-36.
Dirt ugly is good too. I like that.
Do you like that?
I like that.
5:43 left to go. You can use the expression old as dirt and dirt ugly, right? Here's Nalen now. Nalen can shoot it. This guy had his best year last year, averaging over 14 points for the Hornets.
Yeah, and he's a guy that you question too. I mean, why has he moved around a lot? Because he can score the basketball.
Well, we're tied now after that shot by Nalen. 7th tie. We're tied at 38. Philadelphia without Weber hanging tough. Suns trying to open up this 3-game homestand with a win. We're tied at 38 here at the Purple Palace. Coming up right after the game on your Arizona Sports Report. If you've seen Eddie Howe during the Suns introductions, you'll want to see the story in his dance step. They get the team excited before the game. What moves? And another big weekend of Pac-10 hoops tips off tomorrow. We'll preview both the Sun Devils and Wildcats games against USC and UCLA. And also, we'll be on the floor and in the locker room with all your Suns post-game reaction. That's all next on your Arizona Sports Report with Terry Chick and Sandy Williams right after the game.
Gary, they put you on the screen during the timeout on the good dance moves. And
well, yeah.
I didn't know you were on the screen, but I had to like kind of roll your shoulders a little bit to get you going.
I'm synonymous with dance. You know that. I mean, I'm one of the all-time dancers. Just ask my wife. She did not marry me for my dancing. Here's Diao in the corner. I'm not sure why she did marry me. And it comes to Bell. Here's Steve Nash deflected. Iguodala comes up with it. This guy trying to track it down, bat it away. It'll be off the Phoenix. Good hustle play by Nash and Bell to get back. Iguodala impresses me, Eddie. I mean, this guy's second-year man, all Pac-10 player for Lute Olson, their team MVP, left after his sophomore year. He's got a future.
You could see when he stole the basketball, the Suns sprinted back because they didn't want to be a poster.
Here's Nalen now missing from outside and is able to keep it alive to Dalembert. And Mike D'Antoni did not like that.
Well, second opportunities on the glass has really helped Philadelphia's poor shooting so far.
8th offensive rebound now for Philadelphia. And I mentioned earlier, when they out-rebound their opponent, they have not lost a game this year. Iguodala, that time fouled on the way out. So Andre Iguodala will be going to the free throw line. He's a 79% free throw shooter.
They're trying to find an advantage somewhere in the post. And they feel like without Weber, they have to search and see who can get the hot hand. And, you know, Maurice Cheeks has been there before. I think his goal in this first half, Gary, is to find an advantage and try to maybe exploit it as the game goes along.
That gives the Sixers a 1-point lead. There he is, a big favorite of Philly fans. Played on that 83 NBA championship team. Mark Iverson was a rookie on that team.
Yeah, I played against those guys. They were very good. Iverson was too.
Yeah, he's a 26-year-old rookie. He'd been playing overseas in Italy and with Mike D'Antoni over there. And here's Nash not able to get it. Dalembert with an impressive rebound. Dalembert already, Eddie, has 12 rebounds in this game.
You know he's going to get 20 because he's so long. Once the ball comes off the rim, if he's 3 feet, he's going to get there first. He's just so long. He is.
He is high this year. Is only 18, which is kind of surprising. And there is the rebound by Roger Bell ahead to Nash. Suns had 8 fast break points early in the game. Now the Sixers have been getting back. Marion dumps it inside to Boris Diaw. They kick it out to Bell. Bell to Marion, the handoff, and an awkward attempt because he wasn't expecting the ball.
And a lot of traffic. I mean, just a lot of traffic running around Sean. He really didn't know if someone would get a hand on the basketball, and he kind of rushed his shot.
He's 2 of 7 shooting from the field. Suns at 42% for the game. Here's Salmons now, brings it inside to Nalen. Nalen played at TCU, the same school that Kurt Thomas is from. Nalen not able to get it, and Boris Diaw at inside position. Now, wait a minute. They're going to call the foul on the Suns and on Kurt Thomas. And there you go again. How in the world did he get that foul?
Well, you know, Kurt is finding struggles with Dalembert because he's so long. And the key is to get a body on him right away. I mean, Dalembert is getting a running start at offensive rebounds, and you can't allow a guy that long to do that. He is running in there, and it's difficult to get him off the rim and then elevate as well. And Kurt got caught that time just locking him up a little bit. The officials are watching Dalembert because they see he's had a good game in terms of rebounding. And a lot of times you think that they would look the other way and say, well, maybe Dalembert is pushing off. But sometimes they look at the rebounder and see if the defender now is going to try to do something to keep him off of the glass.
Thomas with his second foul. Dalembert gets 1 of 2 free throws. So he has 7 points, 13 rebounds. Suns are over the team foul limit with 5. And the Sixers have not committed a foul in this quarter. Diao picked up now by Nayland. And he's going to be stripped and fouled. Nayland reaching in, tried to slap it away. Nayland, this guy who came out of the junior college ranks, went to TCU, former second-round pick of Charlotte, moved all around the league, but as we were talking earlier, has been pretty effective from time to time.
Yeah, and Boris really attacked him in the wrong way. A guy like Nayland can't move his feet. Just face him up and take him off the dribble.
Out to Bell. This is a 2, and Roger Bell on the line gives the Suns now a 1-point deficit, 41-40, Philadelphia.
Allen Iverson has to feel real good. I mean, he hasn't had a good, productive offensive half shooting, and his team is right there.
That's a very good point. As Iguodala goes in, we're going to have a blocking foul. Suns don't like the call at all. Tommy Nunez Jr. made the call. Was his daddy for so many years an outstanding official in the NBA. Roger Bell picks up the foul, and that'll be 2 on Bell.
Yeah, and the thing with Roger, what I've noticed over the last few weeks is, he hasn't gotten calls that he normally has gotten early in the year. And the way to not give into it, Gary, is to start to argue, because then you won't get it. I mean, just go up to the official, have your complaint, and walk away. Too demonstrative right now, Roger Bell lately.
Do you go up and say, "Great call, ref, just keep going now"?
No, you go up to him and say, "Man, that was terrible." But it's you and him. It's not you waving your arms. And
you're not embarrassing the official.
Into it. That's exactly right.
So 1 of 2 free throws. Philadelphia by 2 with 2:52. And there's a feed from Kurt Thomas to Sean Marion. Marion now with 7 points in the game. We're tied at 42. Allen Iverson with 11 points of the game. He's taken 14 shots. He's hit 5. Into Korver. Korver looking inside, backing down on Boris Diaw, and Korver, who's more of an outside shooter, trying to post up inside. Marion comes down with the rebound.
Please, I would love for him to continue to post up.
3 by Roger Bell's not there, and Korver comes down with the rebound. Korver ahead quickly now to Iguodala. 2:15 to go in this first half. Very interesting game. Tied at 42. Philadelphia on a long road swing. 7 straight road games. 5th game of a 6-game Western swing. They got on the road to Atlanta before heading west. So we have a timeout. We're tied at 42. Maurice Cheeks, who for 3 years coached the Blazers, and he's probably glad to get out of there. Nate McMillan replacing him. 2:06 left to go. Beautiful feed to Sean Marion. We're tied for the 8th time tonight. Here's what's on tap for the Phoenix Suns, brought to you by Bud Light. Refreshingly smooth. Bud Light, always worth it. Friday, Miami, the Shack Man will come here. And then San Antonio Saturday. You talk about a tough back-to-back home game to have to play. And then Golden State on Thursday at 7. Cleveland, Saturday, January 14th. LeBron will come to town. For tickets, call 1-800-4NBA-TICKS or log on to Suns.com. Suns come back now with Roger Bell trying to break the tie, and he does. Smooth-looking shot coming out of the timeout.
Yeah, and the Suns will love to finish this 146 well. Play some good defense here and try to get some separation going into the second half.
14th lead change. There's Marion with another steal. That's unofficially 3 for Marion tonight. He came in at the start of the night with a total of 69 and then turns it over. And it's going to go back now to Philadelphia. Salmons will come into the ball game against the Suns. That is their 4th turnover. As Mike D'Antoni.
Sean earned that one. He earned that turnover.
6th. That is his 6th.
He stole it, and then he dribbled it down, and he lost it.
There it is. 8 turnovers by the Sixers. And 6 by the Suns. Here's Iguodala going inside. Pass to Korver. Very dangerous pass. 10 on the shot clock. Korver from outside. There's the 3 ball, and he got it to go. Korver came in here with 75 threes made, which is 3rd in the NBA.
Boris Diaw made a serious mistake there. I mean, he was on Korver, and he left him to go guard someone else. You don't leave this guy.
Nash, tough break on the shot. Back it comes to Iverson. Iverson's going to go inside. That'll be an offensive foul as he runs over Nash. And against Iverson, that will be his 2nd.
That's foreign territory. He only averages about 1 foul a game.
tell you, Nash did a great job, but did he take some punishment on that play?
Well, Iverson's strong. You know, you look at him and you look at how wiry he is, but some of the most wiry guys that's ever played in this league were probably your strongest.
There's a reach-in foul as the Sixers committing the foul, and coming into the ball game now will be Ollie. They had a foul to give, so it'll go side out. Well, Iverson's going to come out of the game.
He got his third foul.
Was that his foul? It was his third.
Yes.
Wow, is that a wasted foul?
Yeah, it was. He won't foul out.
Trust me. You're just going to emphatically say that, huh?
Well, maybe it might make him foul out.
Here's Nash with the three and the rebound, and there's 40 seconds left here in this first half. Ollie into the offensive end. He played collegiately at the University of Connecticut in his 9th year in the league. Feeds inside. Iguodala goes in and it batted away. Marion comes up with it. Sends back the other way. Nash will back it out, and there's about 2 seconds difference between the game and the shot clock. Nash looking over to Mike D'Antoni, a guy who's leading the league in assists. He's at a career-high pace scoring-wise, 18.8 at the start of the night. Dalembert switches out on him. He had to change it because of his length. Here's Iguodala now hung up in the air, and that'll be backcourt because he caught the ball in the backcourt coming into the front court. The turnover will give it back to the Suns, but only 0.3 of a second left. But the Suns are going to call the 20-second timeout.
Samuel Dalembert is 3 Steve Nashes in length, and I thought he surprised Steve on that one. Steve thought he had him backed up a little bit, and he just sprung right on top of that basketball.
Well, they had the switch, and it looked like Nash had taken advantage of it, but look at this. You can see he just couldn't get it over him.
Look, the guy can touch Nash if he's in the locker room and he's out here. And so when he went up to shoot it, I mean, he was right on top of that.
Dalembert is going to be a very good player in his 4th year. Excellent shot blocker. You just saw that a moment ago. This Philadelphia team is a team that has some good young players in Korver and Dalembert. They like Salmons now, and they're hoping that down the road they drafted in the 2nd round a kid out of high school, Lewis Williams, who they still think somewhere down the road can help this basketball team. Diaw will bring it in now with 0.3 of a second. Can't do much with 0.3.
Only a dunk.
That's a pretty good order, I think, right now.
Yeah.
As Diaw now will go back door. Marion, and they almost pulled it off, but Dalembert was there again. He's everywhere.
Yeah, he is. He is everywhere, and he's had a solid first half. He's limping off. Got hit a little bit, but I tell you what, he played like an all-star in that first half.
Sure did. Philadelphia outscored the Suns 17-15 in the 2nd quarter. They lead at half, 45-44. At halftime, we'll join Tom and Tom. We're at the break. Sixers up by 1 with Eddie Johnson. I'm Gary Bender, and there's been 15 lead changes. We've had 8 ties in this game. I wonder sometimes if that triple overtime loss in New York took something out of the Suns. Not playing as well as they'd like, but, you know, I think Phil Weber had a good point. Sometimes that first game back is always hard to get going.
It is. It's the toughest. The last game of the trip and then the first game back, because you're in a comfort zone and you feel like you can just step on the court and win. It's not necessarily the case, and the Philadelphia 76ers are trying their best to disrupt it.
And you hope that Iverson does not get that hot hand at the start of the 2nd half, as it's time now to check the Jack in the Box inside the box score. We don't make it till you order it. You can see the 3-point shooting really not all that good again for the Suns.
No, not really. 3 of 12, and they can't continue to live there if it's not going. They have to put their head down and get to the basket. And up the free throw attempts, only 4 in the first half. The 76ers got 11. But rebounds, I thought, is what really hurt them, to allow them to get to the offensive glass 8 times.
Yeah.
And Samuel Dalembert, the main culprit, helps a 39% field goal shooting team to stay in the game, and that's what happened.
Well, Dalembert with 14 rebounds at the halfway point of this game. The interesting thing is Steve Nash has only 2 assists in the first half. He did have 15 points in the ball game, but somebody needs to get the hot hand for the Suns. And as we start the 2nd half, it'll be Bell, Nash, Marion, Kurt Thomas, along with Boris Diaw in the starting lineup, and Iverson, who in that first half only hit in that first half 5 of 14 shots. will, as he argues now with Tommy Nunez Jr., know that he can change that around a little bit.
Well, he can, but I love the fact that one of my keys was attack Iverson on the defensive end, and I thought Steve Nash did that. But maybe Steve should back off a little bit now to get other guys involved because of his teammates are struggling.
And here's Korver, starts the second half out, can't get it, and Randolph comes down to the rebound. Eddie, your keys are always right on. I mean, there's never any question about that.
Well, one key I would like is Eddie Johnson gets called into the locker room and they need an extra body.
9 offensive rebounds now for Philadelphia. Iguodala goes in, awkward-looking shot. Out it comes to Steve Nash. Nash, the only guy in double figures for the Suns in the first half with 15. Philadelphia had 2 guys. Both Iverson and Korver had 11. D out of the hole, and Dalembert was over there.
He erased him.
Whoa, the human eraser, if you will. His second shot that he's blocked tonight. Here's Iverson. He's blocked by Thomas. Dalembert gets it back. Iverson now is going to try one from outside. Look out, Eddie. That's a 3. This guy scares you half to death.
And his mentality is, you know what, I didn't shoot well on that other rim, but now this is a new rim.
And a new game for him. 48-44, the Sixers of the lead. Raja Bell tries it 2, and he's going to get the bounce. Raja Bell now in the ball game with 9 points. 48-46. This Philadelphia team is a team that's in second place in their division. Coming in here 16-15 at the start of the night. They trailed the New Jersey Nets, who are in first. There's a steal by Marion. Marion with the speed. Iverson from behind has to be careful with 3 fouls. Now it comes to Bell. Bell with a 2. And the rebound by Dalembert. Dalembert just is so long, he just extends himself over everyone.
Well, as he gets stronger, I'll go online and say he'll lead the league in rebound in probably 4 or 5 straight years. It depends on how healthy he can stay and how many minutes that he gets every night.
15 rebounds for Dalembert. They kick it out now to Bell. A 3 by Raja. And Raja Bell proud over the 3-point zone. And Fulton Holmes donates another $150 to Phoenix Suns charities. And the Suns have retaken the lead. 49-48. Here is Randolph. Randolph guy getting a lot of playing time because Weber could not start in this game tonight. Dalembert throws it away. That will be 12 turnovers now against Philadelphia. Nash picked up by Korver. It's a tough matchup for Korver. Nash is going to try to use an advantage and strokes it through, and he has 17 points. He's 8 of 12 from the field.
I think anyone that Kyle Korver guards
is a mismatch. Boy, you're unkind tonight, EJ.
Well, you know.
Yeah, I know. Truth hurts, doesn't it? Here's Iverson coming back. So Iverson scored 5 quick points here in the second half.
He averages 33 a game. Well, that means he gets 33 a game. In some way or another.
I think that might be a pretty good statistic. You could almost bank it. Off it comes now to Nash in the corner. 8:55 to go in the third. Suns by 1. Nash again. Same shot, same result. So Nash now with 19 points in the game.
It should be easier for Steve if Allen is on him because Allen knows he has 3 fouls. He is not going to pick up a 4th foul.
3-point lead now for the Suns. Iverson trying to shake Nash. Goes in. Feeds intended for Randolph. Randolph can't get there. Nash ahead to Bell. Beautifully set up by Steve Nash. Nash now with 4 assists. Timeout, Philadelphia.
Turnovers. The Suns defensively have been very active, Gary. They're not tired because they're playing the passing lanes and they're picking off errant passes and then they're converting them into points. That's the beauty of the Phoenix Suns. They lead by 5.
Suns on a 9-2 run with a 55-50 lead. Let's take a look at who's getting the job done. Brought to you by Jobbing.com. Local jobs, fresh jobs, real jobs. Find them on Jobbing.com. And Steve Nash is getting the job done.
Right. Well, what's new? I mean, he does it every night in some sort of fashion, offensively or passing the basketball and just taking his time and freezing the defense and making them pay. 19
points for the reigning MVP. Kurt Thomas got hit in the face. He's in some pain as Dalembert caught him, I think, with an elbow as he was going up. And Kurt now trying to shake it off.
As I stated before, Dalembert is so long, he could smack somebody on the Suns bench. I mean, that's how long his arms are. And so when he's swinging in there, you have to be careful. And, you know, for an athlete, That's your biggest worry of anything, is when guys fly in out of control, that they're swinging their arms and they catch you with an elbow or a flying hand. And he caught Kurt on that one.
Sure did. James Jones going to come to the ball game, and Kurt will sit down. So Dalembert will go to the line. Thus far, he is 1 of 3 from the stripe. Suns did not shoot a free throw in the second quarter. They've shot only 4 in the entire game. Philadelphia now 7 of 12, but that's an age-old story.
Well, that's what I was saying. How many times have you said that this year?
I know. I just keep repeating it in disbelief, I guess.
And I think we say it because I think hopefully the players will hear it. And trust me, I know the coaching staff is saying, hey, guys, when you have a chance, put your head down and go. But it's just not the mentality of this team. But you know what? When Amari comes back, I think it will change.
I do too. You can see Sixers have really cooled off in the game, and Marion's not cooling off as he is able to hammer that one through. And Shaw now with 9 points. He's still got a little jump in him, doesn't he, after that triple overtime loss?
He does not get tired. He played 60 minutes in that game, and he just does not get tired.
He's amazing. That was a Phoenix Suns record for a regular season game, 60 minutes in that game against the Knicks the other night. Here's Bell with a 3, and the rebound by Dalembert, and Dalembert now is 16 on the night.
You know, one thing we hadn't talked about with Weber out, and this team a little fatigued from last night, even though they had an easy win. The Suns running the basketball, I think, is starting to take advantage of it.
Out it comes now to Roger Bell. Bell now searching for an open space, tries a 2. Rebound by Dalembert again. 6-point game. 7:17 to go in the third.
Now, Allen Iverson just called a play. What do you think?
Well, the play's probably him. Off it comes to Korver. Dumps it into Dalembert. Dalembert is going to turn around and shoot it. And the rebound is cleared by Marion. A sweeping rebound by the number 4 rebounder in the league. He now has 10. Here's Jones, and Jones with the 3. And James Jones proud to own the 3-point zone. Fulton Holmes donates another $150 to Suns charities. This is the biggest lead of the game for Phoenix. They're up by 9.
Yeah, and I think it's just so hilarious how teams still continue to think the Suns won't shoot it from 3 in transition. They tend to back off the guys and give Roger Bell, James Jones, Eddie House wide open looks.
Suns now trying to put the hammer down, kind of get some distance between themselves and Philadelphia. The Sixers playing back-to-back games after winning in Sacramento last night. Here is Boris Diaw swinging inside, going to have to get out of the lane, and rebounded by Dalembert. Dalembert is just eating up the boards with 18 now. Here is Iverson going inside. He can't get it to go. Iverson really struggling tonight. He's 7 of 20, and we've got a technical on AI. Yeah. He was upset.
Well, he wanted it. I mean, he has been asking for one the whole night. And, you know, the key with any great offensive player is they want to get the official into their corner. And sometimes it takes a technical foul. I don't see where a foul was there, and I don't think he even thought he got fouled. But he wants to get a call in the fourth quarter, and that's the way they turn the tide. Very creative.
Steve Nash, who's missed only 7 free throws all year long, the number 1 free throw shooter, just hit that one, rolled it in. I thought it was interesting during that break when you were talking, Eddie. Roger Bell came over, double fist, cheering, but they got Iverson upset and got the technical on him.
Well, I don't know if he wanted him mad.
Suns in this quarter have outscored him now 19-6 as Marion is starting to really clobber him inside, and Maurice Cheeks calls timeout. Suns on a surge. They have started this third quarter in impressive fashion.
Well, this is the way you come out at the beginning of the third quarter. You want to send a message. You want to have focus, and the Suns have come out running. They seem to have their legs going, and Boris Diaw with the pass to the matrix, an easy one.
Suns with their biggest lead, and they're trying to put away Philadelphia 63-51. It's time to Kia watch and win. Log on to Suns.com after the game and fill out the online entry form with tonight's leading score, and you can win a Suns jersey autographed by the NBA MVP Steve Nash. Plus, each of our winners this season will be entered into a drawing to win a new Kia Sportage, a versatile SUV with 6 airbags, traction control, and available V6 engine. Kia, the power to surprise. Log on to Suns.com for your chance to win. Look at this, Eddie. The Suns have outscored the Sixers 17-3 in the last 5-10 of this game in the third quarter.
Well, they can't slow pace down because Webber's not around. Webber has the ability to slow the pace with his jump shooting ability from on the angles and his rebounding. They can't get that.
Iverson, who picked up the tee just a moment ago, goes inside, leaves it short. Nash creating. They swing it around. Bell with a three, doesn't go. Rebound by Korver. Back they come to Iguodala. Salmons is coming to the ball game now for Philadelphia. Feed inside. Iguodala goes in with the shot off the glass. And Philadelphia, obviously, after that timeout, needed some success.
And Kyle Korver obviously knows his teammate because you normally don't throw it into a guy that's giving up height inside. Iguodala just rolls above everyone.
Iguodala now double figures with 10 points. Nash backs it out. 5 minutes to go now in this third quarter. From outside, James Jones not able to get it. Rebound by Dalembert, and Dalembert now has 19. Salmon's back the other way. Inside 5, the Suns trying to open up a very big 3-game homestand with a win, and Dalembert hammers it in.
Well, and the Sixers know, as most teams, the Suns can shoot you out of it, and they can allow you back in it because they're going to continue to take the three, and they know that they can make a run in this basketball game.
Philadelphia, for that timeout, had only hit 2 of 10 shots, but now they've got a couple of close-in shots to get them back on track. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Nash found Jones. How about that pass from Steve Nash? He finds Jones, and Jones with a chance. That a three-point play.
Well, an excellent catch by James Jones in traffic. Really didn't have great position, Gary, because he had a tremendous shot blocker behind him, but used his body, took the contact, and then made a miraculous shot.
Fallows and Iguodala and Jones at the free throw line. James Jones able to make the three-point play. He has 8 points. Nash, if you're wondering, now has 6 assists.
Well, it will get to 10.
Boy, he's been unbelievable on the road trip, averaging 14.6 in those 5 games, and a career-high 22 the other night against the Knicks. Into the corner it goes. Iguodala tries a 3, and that's going to be over the back. Dalembert over at Boris Diaw's back, commits a foul.
Excellent block out by Boris Diaw. And Boris has not had a good game. He's been very quiet. Hasn't scored a point in this basketball game, but his value still shows in the fact he has 6 assists and 4 rebounds and the good block out inside.
Isn't that amazing that for a guy like Diaw? I mean, he hasn't scored, but to have those 6 assists, that's what makes him a triple-double ready to happen because of rebounds, assists, and scoring.
He'd rather pass. And sometimes I become a little impatient with him because he'll pass up opportunities I think he should take. But you just can't fault his unselfishness.
Here's Nash, off to Diaw, still looking to score in the ball game, and we talked about it, and he takes care of it.
He heard me.
68-55. This has been a very good third quarter for the Suns. 3:40 remaining in it. Iverson still hasn't been able to get on track, even though he has 16 points. He's had to shoot a lot. Nailing from outside. Rebound is cleared now by Marion. Here's Nash creating the other way. Suns really look quick right now. First half, there were moments you wondered if they were having a hangover, and there's Jones. That's a 2. James Jones makes it 70-55.
I mean, how do you defend that? I mean, you know, as a basketball player, you say, you know what? We give up the outside shot. We take away the paint.
15-point lead, the biggest of the game. Here's Nayland again. Nayland's firing up blanks. Nash brings it off to Marion. Look at the matrix on the move. Down the middle. Tough shot. He was having a tough time coming up with the ball.
Well, he lost track of who was behind him.
Here's Iguodala back the other way. Quick pace up and down the floor. Nayland's missed 3 in a row. Gets it back, just stays with it. He's now missed 4 in a row.
Yeah, I mean, he can't buy a bucket.
And Nash, look at him. The pass to Diaw, just couldn't quite handle it. Iguodala comes back the other way. Salmons will pull up, and boy, Philadelphia can't buy a basket, and you got to give Nayland credit. He just stayed with it and finally got a shot to go.
Well, and the scary part there is they're not giving up, and there's a lot of time left in this basketball game, and the Suns' weakness so far in this game is still continued to be their weakness, and that's getting on the defensive glass.
This team averaging 102 points a game, second in the league, as Marion hits from outside. So Philadelphia had only 57 points in the game with 2 minutes left to go in the third. And Iverson almost traveled with the ball. Brings it out to Korver. Salmons now looks to Iverson. Iverson with Nash on him. Allen Iverson coming into this game averaging 33.7 a game. Number 1 in the league. Kobe Bryant second, and LeBron James third. Out it comes again to Iverson. Iverson not able to get the shot to go, and tracked down. A great hustle by Steve Nash.
Philadelphia probably played a game this morning because they are out of sync. I don't know if Webber's that valuable in that, you're talking about a team that had a big win last night, playing this poorly in terms of finishing. I mean, everyone has back-to-back basketball games. They just look like a tired team right now.
Iverson's 2 of 9 in the quarter. He is 7 of 23 for the game.
Whoa.
And he's going to take a seat as Kevin Ollie comes in to replace him. Iverson last night did not really have the kind of game you'd expect him. He had 19 points. He was 8 of 25 last night. And he was only launching 2 threes, which is very uncharacteristic. Here's Diaw with a big offensive board. Back to Jones. 3. Yes! James Jones with the 3. And Jones proud to own the three-point zone. And Fulton Holmes donates another $150 to Suns charities. Suns right now are having their way, 75-57.
Kyle Korver's probably saying, man, where's my contract up?
Here's Korver going in. And Korver can't hit those short shots, but Iguodala able to follow inside.
They have missed about at least 10 layups in this game.
Well, they're shooting 34% for the game. Suns now at 48. Nash gets a screen from Boris Diaw, and he uses it to good avail.
Free throw.
Nash with 22 points.
You would think Steve Nash shoots about 98% from the free throw line. If he gets a shot around that area, it's good.
Yeah, that correlates. I think you're right. And Iguodala was marrying on him. Nice move by Iguodala, and he's going to be fouled en route to the basket. So this Philadelphia team came in here 6-10 on the road. They'd won 2 of the first 4 games on the road, but this is their longest road trip of the year. They'll have 7 straight road games. They played in Atlanta. They went to Denver, Portland, Utah, and last night Sacramento.
Have to play the schedule. They saw it coming, and you deal with it. The Suns did. I mean, and going on the road and winning 4 in a row and had a chance to win 5. I mean, you deal with what's dealt you, and you can't really cry and spill milk. I mean, and they had a big victory last night in Sacramento, and they're in an ugly division. I mean, they're what, first place?
Yeah, second place. They're 2 games back of the Nets in the Atlantic Division. Ugly is probably a good word, Eddie, as Iguodala missed both free throws. Marion brings it down, and the Suns could put the old nail in the coffin if they finish with a basket here. You wonder what Philadelphia could come back with in the 4th quarter. Jones brings it out now to Nash. About 9 seconds difference between the game and the shot clock. Nash will go inside, fall away. Beautifully done. Is he something? 24 points now.
You'd think he'd get that shot blocked, but he just knows how to change himself in the air and just arc it.
20-point lead, the biggest of the game. Salmons is fouled en route to the basket with 5.3 seconds left in the quarter. I tell you, the Suns in this 3rd quarter have come out storming.
Well, they're in great physical shape. And a lot of people say, well, this team should get tired. Well, the only teams that really get tired to me are the teams that bang all game. The ones that play a half-court offense, they hit bodies, they're knocking people around. But when you just run, that's fun. That's what you do as a basketball player. You don't have a wall in front of you trying to stop you from running. You have fun. That's what the Suns do, and that's why their energy normally overtakes most teams.
Suns were down by 1 at halftime. Now up 79-61. They've led by as many as 20, as they're not going to get a shot off, but they outscore Philadelphia 35-16 in the quarter.
Well, and James Jones, I mean, he talked about before the game how he was struggling with his shot. Oh, really? You just shoot it, young man, and James Jones has, and he has been on fire.
With Eddie Johnson, I'm Gary Bender, and it's not a happy Allen Iverson as you look at that third quarter. The Suns outscored the Sixers 35-16 to take this lead. Tonight on the Best Damn Sports Show, period. See all the great features that appeared on the Best Damn in 2005. From Kyle Turley's inspiring efforts to help the victims of Hurricane Katrina to Tom Arnold's one-on-one with Red Sox first baseman Kevin Millar after Boston's World Series ring ceremony. It's the Best Damn Sports Show, period, tonight at 10:30 p.m. only on FSN. So the Suns holding Philadelphia to 25% shooting in that third quarter. Eddie House is coming to the ball game. Nash sitting down after a brilliant third quarter. Jones not able to get that. James Jones gets it back. Nash down with 24 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds, a leading scorer in the ball game. House goes in. He challenged Dalembert. Dalembert might have gotten a piece of it.
Well, it's really not smart to challenge that guy. I'd let him alone.
Here's Korver, long three. And Korver has not been that big a factor tonight. He's 5 of 11, has 11 points in the game.
And he clapped his hands after he missed it. I mean, chances are you're going to miss that one, young man. Fading away from 3.
And Roger Bell's not going to miss that. And Bell with 16 points. Bell coming in here was averaging a career high 12.4 points a game. He's had 20-plus points 3 times. And, of course, his defense has just been exemplary.
Yeah, I think it's really going to pick up as the Suns start to get healthy. You bring back Brian Grant, Leandro Barbosa, and Amari Stoudemire. His ability to defend is even going to get better.
Dalembert on his tiptoes that time, able to put that shot back. 81-63. Dalembert has 12 points, 20 rebounds. 20 rebounds, a high for him this year. And he had a previous career high of 19, so he has broken his career best. House missing, rebound cleared. Salmons will come back the other way.
I don't know if the Suns want Dalembert to switch out on him.
I think you're right. And Salmon's able to go inside, 81-65. So Weber not able to go tonight. They lost a double-double guy there, but I don't know how much closer Weber would have kept it tonight. The Suns have just dismantled this Philadelphia team here in the second half. And Bell not able to get to go. Dalembert, who's just been a tower of strength, with another rebound.
Yeah, I don't know if it would have made a huge difference, but I do know that Chris Webber presents a major problem for the Suns. A lot like what Kurt Thomas does on the two-man game, where he can just fade and shoot the little elbow jump shot. And that's something Philadelphia didn't get tonight from their big guy.
Iguodala goes in, and Thomas commits a foul. Kurt having to leave the game earlier after getting poked in the face. And he has come back in and committed his third foul. So Iguodala going to the line. You look at this Philadelphia team. When they get Weber back, they have a solid starting 5 with Iverson, Iguodala, Dalembert, Korver, and Weber. They don't go very deep as far as their bench is concerned.
No, but they have a young man, Willie Green, who is going to be a veteran that would come back that got hurt before the season. I think he might be healthy before the end of the season. So they're going to be a tough team, I think, come playoff time.
His career high had been 19 before. As we mentioned, Dalembert breaking that now with 21. Iguodala with his second shot. Yeah, Willie Green tore up a knee in a pickup game. He was getting ready, Eddie, to sign a contract, and he never did sign it.
Yeah, well, that's the dangers. I mean, you're caught in a catch-22. You have to do what got you to where you are, but you have to be smart and wait until you get that name on the dotted line.
6-0 run right now by Philadelphia, 81-67. House outside. Eddie with 7 points, a 3, and Eddie House proud to own the three-point zone. Fulton Holmes, another $150 to Suns Charities. Suns on cruise right now, 84-67. As we mentioned, they have swept the Sixers not only last year, but the last 2 seasons, and they've really been tough on them here in the Valley of the Sun. It's been a tough place for them to win. They've won 16 of the last 18 in America West Arena, which, by the way, will change on Friday. It's going to be U.S. Airways Center.
Well, that seems like a major problem you're going to have.
Anyway, we're going to have a timeout with 8:51 left to go in the game. 84-67. The Suns on their way to their 20th win. So, downtown Phoenix, the Suns getting back home after that 5-game road trip in 9 nights, and on their way to a victory here as they have a tough one coming up Friday against Shaquille O'Neal and the Miami Heat.
Who?
I've heard of him, haven't you? Here's Dalembert, and Dalembert's put some numbers up tonight that would be Shaquille-type numbers. He has 21 rebounds and 14 points. I don't think he's Shaquille O'Neal. I'm not inferring that in any way.
Well, he looks like it tonight.
84-69. House outside. House, 3. Yes. In the house with Eddie House, and he is proud to own the three-point zone, in Fulton Holmes donates $150 to Sons Charities.
Gee, that's sick.
Solomon's going in, doesn't get the bounce. House is 3 of 5 behind the line. Let's go back. He may have even been hit on the elbow here, Eddie.
Yeah, well, I think it was maybe the play before, but
yeah, that is the play before. But the three-point following, no, that's the one he just hit.
Yeah, he's getting mad and he's making baskets. Man,
whew. House with 13 points. Here is Solomon's hitting the shot. Hey, come explore the new Verizon Wireless Jungle on level 4 of the America West Arena at all Suns home games. Tons of fun for the kids and adults alike. Verizon Wireless, we never stop working for you. And the Suns have never stopped working for you tonight. They have put together a very impressive performance after trailing by 1.5. Up now by 17. They've led by as many as 20. And Jones makes it a 20-point lead again. Jones proud to own the three-point zone. And another $150 from Fulton Holmes to Sons Charities.
Fulton Holmes going to go out of business.
Well, I don't know. I read the other day they're doing pretty well, Eddie.
Yeah, they did. Man, I wish I was ASU.
I think they were solvent. I think they're solvent.
I wish I was ASU.
Here's Ollie. Ollie strokes it too. 90-72. The Suns trying to reach 100 points for the 8th straight game. They're at 90 right now. Out it comes to House. House gets a screen from Thomas, and guess who was out there? Dalembert. He's everywhere.
Let him alone. I'm telling you, the guy is just, you can't shoot it over the top of him when he's within 2 feet.
He has 3 blocks. Korver can't finish. Thomas comes down to the rebound. Gary Thomas tonight has not played very many minutes, but he has in the game 7 rebounds. Here's Thomas from outside. Dalembert comes down to the rebound, and he continues to build his career high now with 22.
He might get 30, I guess, if Maurice Cheeks allows him to stay in the basketball game.
Ollie swinging inside and doesn't get it. Tipped out. This Sixers team goes to play the Lakers Friday before they return home Monday to play the Sonics.
Well, it'll be like they're in a slow-motion movie when they go play the Lakers. They're looking forward to that one.
And it'll be Kobe's game back after that 2-game suspension, that little altercation with Mike Miller. And there, a nice play inside by Kurt Thomas. Back to a 20-point lead. I just like the way the Suns team stepped up here in the second half. They had every reason to come in here flat, disappointed, upset about that triple overtime loss. And they put it together, showed some toughness, and that's going to be palming the ball against Philadelphia.
Well, and Gary, think of it this way. I mean, you go on the road for 5 games. And before you go, if someone says, oh, you'll come back with a 4-1 record, you'll take it. That's success, because I equate a road victory as maybe a game and a half. And so the Suns shouldn't feel down at all about what happened in New York. Just feel good to the fact that you went out on the road and you took care of business.
Yeah, I think that's a very good point. You saw Sean Marion having some R&R on the sideline after contributing 13 points and 13 rebounds, his 23rd double-double of the year. 5 steals also. Another typical night for the Matrix. Here's Jones again, and James Jones is back, Eddie. He has another three-pointer.
There you go.
And Fulton Holmes another $150 to Sons Charities. Biggest lead of the game, 23.
Well, they are rolling and they are rocking. I think it's in reverse, but Kurt Thomas all finesse.
Suns on their way to the win, and tonight's High Flyers feature presented by Southwest Airlines, official airline of the NBA. Southwest Airlines, a symbol of freedom. Eddie, take it away.
Well, I know something about High Flyers. I've been up there. in my dreams. The steal by Sean Marion. Oh, he just takes off a little mini fly, not much. But then the Matrix, he shows his elevation inside, and the good pass, and then the broad jump. It flushes it in the rim, and what is this, the Sean Marion show?
I think it is. Why wouldn't it be? 13 points, 13 rebounds, and 5 steals. Matrix getting a well-deserved break after playing 60 minutes in Madison Square Garden. By the way, that was the longest game in the history of Madison Square Garden the other night.
Really?
Yeah.
I would bet some fans would say every game the Knicks have played at home is the longest game.
When you won 8 games for the year, that's probably a pretty good guess. Here, Salmons now brings it off to Korver, and we're going to have a moving screen foul on Lee Nalen. So with 5:36 left to go, Suns needed one like this. I mean, they had to come from behind in their 4 wins and played that triple overtime game, and now they're able to rest some of their guys like Nash and Marion, and much deserved and much needed.
Right, no doubt about it. I mean, you know, allow these guys to get some rest and allow guys like Eddie House to just fill up the rim.
That is a 2 for Eddie House. House with 15 points. So we mentioned when he scores 8+ points at home, they are 6-1. Well, they're going to be 7-1 now. 97-72. I've said this before, Eddie. Where would the Suns be without Eddie House?
I don't know. I mean, he has won at least 4 or 5 games in the 4th quarter for this basketball team. But, you know, as I've always envisioned him, just watching him at ASU and watching him around the league, I've always felt if he ever got with a running team and they allowed him to play without the ball, he would be explosive. And this is the perfect team for him. And I think he took less money to come here because later in your career, you understand.
Yeah.
You know, it's more about having a chance to play and be effective than just getting a paycheck. And I think he understands that now. And what it's probably going to culminate into is a bigger paycheck. Take less to get more.
So they bring in Pat Burke and Dejon Thompson. And so a luxury that Mike D'Antoni has not had a lot. Able to go to his bench as Nalen hits from outside. Boy, this team with a 102-point average is at 74 now inside 5 minutes left. This is a long 3, and I mean, House is on fire.
Yes, he is. And go ahead.
Another $150 by Fulton Holmes to Suns Charities. Suns Charities could retire after this game the way it's going, right? Man. What do they got tonight? They're 11 of 24. And here's House coming up with it again. Don't be surprised if he doesn't launch it again right here.
Well, he might. They want him to.
The crowd loves him. He is a crowd favorite. And as he goes baseline, he's going to be fouled. And you can see Roger Bell smiling. A lot of smiles on the bench. And it's good to see the Suns having some fun. Now, Mike D'Antoni still...
oh, he's smiling.
Oh, he's smiling inwardly.
He's smiling.
He can't be too unhappy. This will be his 103rd win as the Suns coach. He's the 6th Suns coach in history to win 100 games. He got that December 28th on that road trip. Dejon Thompson not able to hit it. And the rebound clear by Salmons. 4 minutes left to go in the game. Suns had lost 2 of their last 3 at home. And this will be a nice way to get back to where they were playing earlier in the years. They started out slowly 1-4 at home, and then they started to really put it together. This will be their 11th win against 6 losses.
You hate to do this as a player, and I hated to, but you always reflect back.
Yeah.
He's, oh man, if we had gotten this one, if we hadn't done this, if we hadn't done that, look what our record would be. But you can't worry about it. Just play effective ball and do what you do well.
What's that? Ifs and buts or candy and nuts? We'd have a Merry Christmas or something like that.
Yeah.
I think that's right. I'm not sure. I may have misquoted that. 174. You know, that's the reason Mike D'Antoni, Eddie's talking about he needs to stockpile every win he can get right now and get ready for the return of Amari and Barbosa, who they hope to get back in a week and a half.
Well, you're right, because things could slow down, and you have to expect it could be some bumps when you add 2 players that really take a lot of attention and command things. It's a slow process, and I think that's going to be key for this team when those guys do get back in uniform.
Diaw tonight scored only 2 points, not one of his better nights, but they'll save him for another night. He's 1 of 7 shooting. He does have, unbelievably, 10 assists in the game.
Well, there you go.
Baseline now, and Stephen Hunter goes in, able to put it away. Stephen Hunter, who came out of DePaul, started with Orlando, came over last year, had the finest year of his career playing for the Suns, playing 76 games. House finally misses one, and Nalen comes down with a rebound.
You know, I really miss Stephen Hunter because, you know, we both saw him develop here, and, you know, hey, you can't walk away from the money. He got a very good contract from Philadelphia. That's the only way they could have gotten him. But, you know, I really like what he gave this Suns team last year. And if it wasn't for him in the playoffs against that Twin Tower duo of, you know, Tim Duncan and Elijah Muhammad, I think the Suns would have been in serious trouble. But
well, he had 16 points in Game 1 against Memphis, remember, in the first round. For the 8th straight game, the Suns score 100 points, up 100-78. The Spirit of Service stat of the game, brought to you by Quest, where service makes all the difference. Eddie, take a look at this. This is the last night for America West Arena, and the most points, Stoudemire and Robinson with 50. Assists, Kevin Johnson 25. Barkley had 33 rebounds, and Dan Marley hit 8 threes. How many did you have in here? What was your high?
I think my high in here was 6.
6?
Yeah.
So it'll be U.S. Airways Center on Friday when we join you with the Miami Heat game. I want to thank our producer, David Hughes, who won a dance contest. And I don't know what did he dance on New Year's Eve? Did you hear or not?
I heard he got down.
Oh, he did. Ooh, he is something. And then Bob Adlock.
Oh, the Christmas party.
Oh, the Christmas party. Well, I know, but I wondered what he did New Year's. Took that prize with him and went into it.
Yeah, how much money did he win?
$7,500.
Gee.
And Bob Adlock, our director. But I tell you, I'm really surprised. I did not know that David Hughes had that in him. Did you?
Well, you know what? For that much money, I might have that in me.
I don't think it would have helped me any. They could have paid me double that, and that wouldn't have helped my athleticism at all. 100-80 the count with just over 2 minutes to go.
I want to see Deshaun Thompson get a bucket here. I want to see Mr. Burke, the Irishman.
Well, here he goes. He's listening to you, but doesn't get the shot to go. It'll be over the back, and it'll go to Philadelphia.
He wanted to prove that he could make that baseline jumper. He had that good look in New York.
Man, that would have been huge. He would have been remembered for that, but could not get the shot to go, and they continued on into their third overtime. 100-80. Want to thank Sheila Simpson, our stage manager. Tom Delnos, our statistician. As from the corner, the shot is going to find the mark, and that is Lewis Williams, the guy out of high school who they're very high on. He's out of South Gwinnett, Georgia. He was Mr. Basketball in Georgia, and he just stuck one from the corner. He's not played very much. But getting a chance now in some mop-up time with 1:28 to go. There's House again. And the rebound cleared by Stephen Hunter. 100-83. Here's Williams again. And this McDonald's All-American can't get it to go.
He's not shy.
Nope, he's not shy. And Diallo will wrap around to Dijon. And Dijon, what is it you said the other night? They moved the rim?
Well, that's the second ball that went over the rim. And what I say to Dijon is, look, don't always do what the others do. They're used to doing it. Put it on the floor, get to the bucket, get an easy one.
And there's a steal by Dijon. And Dijon got it to go. So he redeems himself a little bit.
Well, and that's what gets your rhythm. You know, you can't always do what the veterans do right away. Earn it.
Salmon's outside. Hunter wants the ball, and it's batted away. It'll be Suns ball with 35.5. Looking forward to Friday. Miami comes to town. That's a late start, as tip will be at 8:30 as Shaq and Dwayne Wade and the new coach, the old one, Pat Riley.
Well, the team that I think will come out of the East, and people say, whoa, Detroit.
Detroit's got the best record right now.
They do, but I think by April, and see what I mean by you get a layup and all of a sudden the basket seems pretty big. I truly believe that in April, Miami will be the best team over in the East. I think they're built for it. I think they're deep. And I think they will be the team to come out. All due respect to Detroit on how great they are. but it's hard for me to fathom that they're going to win consistently with only 6 players.
Well,
and that's what they have, 6 players.
Are you making that prediction because Riley's now the head coach?
No, I'm just making that prediction based on the fact Detroit only has 6 players, and I just don't see that happening all year long.
All right, and final here, the Suns come out after trailing by 1 at half to win it 105-85. Our next Suns game on FSN Arizona Friday against those Miami Heat guys. It'll be in high definition. Suns countdown starts at 6:30. Eddie, enjoyed it.
My pleasure as always.
Now for a complete look at what's happening in the Arizona sports scene, including much more for the Suns win. It's time now for the Arizona Sports Report with Terry Chick and Sandy Williams.
Thank you very much, Gary. The Suns are back home. Glad you stayed with us here on FSN Arizona. We're all about serving up the home cooking, just like the Suns. Howdy, everyone, and welcome into FSN Arizona Studios. So glad you could join us.
Let's get you right back out to AWA for the last time with Kevin McCabe, who's standing by with Matrix.
All right, we got the Matrix here. The player of the week in the NBA tells me he doesn't get anything, not even a free car wash, but you picked up right where you left off. Nice performance tonight.
We came out here collectively as a team and got a good win against a good team.
But it was tough. Second quarter, you guys are struggling. 15 points, you're down by 1. What was said at halftime?
We just came out here with some energy. That first half, everybody was kind of jet lagged. People's chests was hurting and stuff, and everybody was a little fatigued a little bit. We got our second win in that second half and just kicked it into gear, and we ran away with it.
How about your Christmas? Do you have a nice holiday? Nice Christmas, nice New Year?
Great holiday.
What'd you get? What'd you get me?
Nothing.
Yeah, I figured. All right. Hey, now you got Shaq, you got the Heat coming to town. It's just a matter of keeping things going here at home.
Yeah, I think they lost tonight, but at the same time, they're gonna be ready to come in here ready to play. So they got a big team. We got to come in here and be ready to play on Friday.
All right, get some rest, and thanks a lot for the gift. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Guy killed me every year. I can't believe it. He's a max player. That's the story. We'll head to the locker room, bring you Mike D'Antoni's press conference, plus more post-game, and see if I got any gifts. They were on the road. They weren't here to give them out. Doesn't matter, I guess.